Welcome Cooking Conspiracy, and I'm hungry, I'm lazy, I want snack food, so we're making nachos. I got ground beef, we're gonna make it happen. So, we got some chopping, not a ton of chopping, but whenever you got any chopping, you should be ready to go, you know? Once the prep work is done, these will take about, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 minutes, something like that in the oven. What's going on? Just a sandwich? It's been a few days. Good to see you again. All right. Let's take a nice big handful of ground beef here. I'll leave enough for a small hamburger in the package. Let's go ahead, give that a little bit of a mush. Get that preheating here. We're gonna add some salt, chili powder, garlic powder, of course, cumin, I got oregano hanging out. Nah, I don't see the oregano here, so we're gonna go without it. We'll be okay. So, the seasoning all nice and mixed into there. About a little bit longer to preheat there. But how's your day been, sandwich? Yeah, it was pleasant, but I don't think there's going to be a second one. You know, nothing crazy happened, but you know. On to the next one. Let's put just a little bit of cooking fat in there. We're going to use olive oil on this. Nachos, but yeah, pretty close, Clutch Dan. Meanwhile, we'll let that meat brown up and we'll start we got to get started on our oven ingredients here. So we want some onion in there. Where did I put my knifey knife? What's going on, Elijah? Now you don't need to cook the shit out of the beef because it is going to go into the oven again. But you definitely want to brown it up and get all the pink. You should be seeing pink. Got a big old jalapeno here. What's going on, slowly? Refried beans right up in that hamburger grease there. Oh, thank you, Elijah. Oh yeah, they're gonna be good. Huh. Noted. Let's give it, a couple minutes. Just want to warm it up to room temperature at least, yeah. Yeah. No, I appreciate that, Elijah. We'll see. I do eat dinner most nights, so. Yeah. This is going to turn more into a casserole than true nachos, but that's okay. That's okay. I can do a nacho casserole someday as well. Penny, no. Yeah, it's gonna buff out. It'll be good. What do you think, Penny? Go right along. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Me too. What's going on, Giselle? How you doing? Or Jizzle? I'm not sure which one it is, how to pronounce it, but thank you. I concur. Kind of spread it out kind of evenly. You know, it'll be okay if it's not perfect. That's the best thing about nachos is it should just look like a bunch of shit on a plate. Okay, Giselle, my apologies. That. Would use a shit ton of cheddar, but turns out I'm running low on cheddar, so I'm gonna use just whatever cheese you got in the bank. It's gonna be fine. I've had the channel for a couple years now. It started going live a couple months ago, you know. We're making baby steps. Got some red onions on there. Gotta get that vegetable crunch on, you know. Some jalapenos as well. Yeah, we're gonna go throw this in the oven for 10-15 minutes or so. Now I guess we got to figure out our cold ingredients for the next 10 minutes and make small talk. I think we'll be able to manage. All right. Yeah, we've got these little jalapenos here. Let's dice those finely, a little bit finer. It won't matter because you're going to crunch them all up anyways. It's been pretty good, you know, a little bit long, a little bit of, you know, bullshit, a little bit of good things, you know. Honestly, it's been a pretty good day. Got running. Penny, hush, no begging. Hung out with the dogs. I got no complaints. This avocado's not quite ripe enough, but fuck it. Sorry. Screw it. I have tools. We did go sailing. It was nice. But it was a pleasant day. If I found show you, I wolf. Penny, no. You know better than that. We're not gonna have this vocal begging going on. No. Yeah, we're gonna peel these guys up. And before anybody gets on me about my messy workstation, get off me, you know. It's alright. It'll be okay. Oops. And you know what? We'll give it one more clove just because I happen to like garlic. And I appreciate that most people is going to think that that's too much garlic. And I got some sad cilantro leaves here. Give them a quick run through. Got the garlic. And then get your, I don't know how to describe that. You can describe it however you want. Well, I appreciate that, nobody. So garlic, a little bit of salt, a little bit of cumin, sure. Yeah, that worked well. Let's go ahead, put our avocado in there. Take a spoon and just scoop it out. This avocado really needed to wait another day on the counter, but things were in motion. Go ahead, put your onion, jalapeno, and I'll just mash it all together. therapeutic, taking my time. You always got something weird to say, Whiteout. I'll give you that. Take the cilantro. And then we'll just mix that in. You know what? Should have done this earlier. It would have been easier to mash. A little bit of lime juice. You're right. You're right, Ashley. Penny, no. Let's go check on our tray there. Yeah, Corona would be okay with this. I mean, prefer a little Miller Lite action. Okay, quiet. You could leave it in for another 5-10 minutes, depending on how badly you want the cheese to cook, burn, or whatever, but it's melted all the way through. That's going to be super hot. I got this. Good morning, Daenerys. Just get a little bit of lettuce, just for texture, because we know it's not flavor because lettuce has no flavor. Just making some room. Oh my god, it smells pretty good. Yeah. We're not gonna eat all of this tonight, but we'll definitely eat some of it. So let's just find a nice little access point. There we go. Put this back over here. Scoop that on there. Yeah, eat it fresh out of the bowl. Can't let any of it go to waste. Put a little bit of lettuce on top. Can't hide what it is. Well, that made a little bit of Alright, that's dinner. What's going on, Almond? Yeah, it'll be a little bit messy, but I might even use a fork to eat, but sour cream with the beans that are in there, with the melted cheese. Yeah, let's stay in the spot. Penny, no. Yeah. 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 Yeah, Penny's gonna get some, but she better stop begging, you know? I don't like this vocal begging she's been doing lately. Nope. Yeah, well, welcome back, George. Yep. Yeah, Penny is a little bit more assertive about some things. But she ain't gonna get shit when she's begging, though. And she knows it. I mean, really, a tostada is not that far off from nachos, though, you know? You get pieces like that, though, that are gonna be We just got kind of layered on. No. Go to jail. Well, they can get some treats while they're waiting in jail, but the vocal begging while I'm eating is not cool. Yeah. I mean, ideally I want them to wait in the other part of the room while I'm cooking. I don't like them in the kitchen, to be honest. And like part of that's dog training and part of that is just safety though. I mean, if you're walking around with a hot pan, you don't want dogs underfoot, you know. That's how accidents happen. And there's nothing in your way. Turning around to pour some hot water down the sink isn't that difficult. Right. Yeah, Chewbacca. You got it. Mm-hmm. Okay, do that. What's going on, Brian? Welcome back. We're just polishing off some nachos, you know? Well, no. No, not so much a bean dip, but just refried beans. It's ground beef, then I cook the refried beans in the hamburger grease. Put the chips down, the ground beef on, the beans on it, some cheddar, mozzarella cheese on top of that, onions, jalapenos on top of that. Put it in the oven for 10 minutes or so at 400. And while that cooked, I made the guacamole or whatever. So, because you gotta have the cheese melted, you know. Yeah, more or less. I mean, could make it all in one dish next time, and that would probably be easier. Looking back at it, there's really no reason to take the ground hamburger out of the pan when you put the beans in. That also works pretty good. Yeah, it really doesn't matter what you use, but I mean, you don't need a shit ton of seasoning. You know, for the beef, I use salt, garlic powder, chili powder, cumin, and that was it. Right. If I had found my oregano, I probably would have put that in, but that's about it. Go to jail. Go to jail, Kiko. Good dog. Yeah, paprika, red pepper, I mean, they're pretty much the same thing. I guess red pepper comes from a little hotter pepper versus bell pepper, but yeah. But I'll tell you what, though, adding a full avocado to it makes it a pretty filling meal. Yep, there was cilantro in the guac. Although my cilantro is having erection issues right now, it's kind of floppy. I don't know. Cayenne pepper isn't that hot. Oh, thank you, Brian. She's my baby. And the other one is he's my terrorist. No. No, thank you, Brian. Oh! Yeah, dehydrates that stuff quick. You can save your cilantro. So you put like cayenne in with cilantro and it dries it out, George, or how do spell it out in layman's terms for me. Go to jail. Oh yeah, I might do that. I mean, it's still having a problem with erecting itself, but yeah, I can hang it up upside down by the stems with the leaves down, I'm assuming. Go to jail, Kiko. Jail. Oh, they got some, but they got it in their little kennels. But yeah, I mean, it's been a ridiculously long day today. So yeah, Penny's the vocal one. Kiko, he usually just chills on the couch for most of the time. Got some tomatoes growing. I've harvested a cucumber or two, Daenerys. I get basil. That's about it, Yeah. I found cilantro a little bit temperamental. Well, I'm gonna call it a night, clean up. I got a big day tomorrow, so thanks for joining, George. Good to see you again. Daenerys, Brian. It's great to see familiar faces in here. I got to go give these dogs some attention. So, See you later. Always a pleasure. See you, Daenerys. Sandwich, if you're still in here, see you later. Good night.